Hello and welcome to another edition of English Makes No Sense, the podcast where we have fun with the English language one lesson at a time. My name is SL Rockfish, and today we are going to dive into some idioms that you'll often hear during the Olympics. Yeah, during the Olympics. These idioms are not only useful for outstanding sports commentary, but also great for everyday conversations. Are you ready? Let's get started. Our first idiom is jump the gun. Jump the gun. This phrase comes from track and field events where athletes might start running before the gun is fired. If someone jumps the gun, it means they start something too early or prematurely. Have you ever jumped the gun? For example, during the swim finals or the swimming finals, the commentator said one of the swimmers jumped the gun and had to be disqualified. In everyday life, you might hear this saying used too. For example, I think we jumped the gun by launching the product before it was fully tested. Oh, okay, jump the gun. Our next idiom is also tied to races, and it is off to the races. This idiom is used when something begins very quickly and energetically. It's often used to describe the start of a competition or a project. For example, when the opening ceremony ended, the athletes were off to the races, ready to compete for their countries. You could say, as soon as the meeting ended, we were off to the races with our new project. You could use it that way in everyday conversation. Oh, all right. How about our next one? Neck and neck. I got a neck, you got a neck. Yeah, neck and neck is our third idiom. And this phrase is used when two competitors or teams are very close in a race or a competition. There's no clear leader. They are neck and neck. For example, the race between the two runners was neck and neck until the very last moment. Sometimes it's the very last second. In a different context, you might hear the two companies have been neck and neck in the market for years. Neck and neck. Okay, how about this one? Sink or swim. The idiom sink or swim describes a situation where someone must succeed through their own efforts without any help. It is often used when someone is thrown into a challenging situation and must either succeed or fail. For example, the new gymnast had to sink or swim during her first international competition. Yeah, I know she doesn't go in the water, but she had to sink or swim in her competition. There was no more help from the coach or her teammates. She was on her own. It was sink or swim. In everyday use, you might say, when I started my job, it was sink or swim because there was no formal training. Oh no. Have you ever had the experience of a sink or swim situation? I know I have. It can be very tricky and stressful. How about raise the bar? Raise the bar. Yeah, like a bar that people hurdle over. Raise the bar. Not like we're going to the bar. No. Raise the bar means to set a higher standard or level of quality. This idiom comes from high jump and pole vault events, where the bar is literally raised higher for each round. Oh, raise the bar. Yeah, raise the higher standard or level. Here's a sentence for you. The new world record in the marathon has certainly raised the bar for future athletes. It has set a new standard. In another context, you might hear the latest smartphone has raised the bar for all other manufacturers. Oh, you can raise the bar at work, like you do a better job than anyone else. You have raised the bar. Got it? Awesome. Well, we're going to go to our next idiom, and that is on top of one's game. On top of one's game. Sarah, what game? Doesn't matter what game. On top of one's game means to perform at the highest level of one's ability. Yeah, athletes and professionals often use this idiom to describe peak performance. Want me to put it in a sentence? The gymnast, remember we're in the Olympics, the gymnast was on top of her game, earning perfect scores from all the judges. Or you could also say, our team is on top of its game with this new project. You could be on top of your game at school. My friend Bill, his daughter is on top of her game. She's getting all A's at school. She's on top of her game. And she's not even an athlete. Yeah, I know. See how these can work for competitions and for everyday life. Have you ever been in the zone? Yeah, in the zone. Finally, we have in the zone. What zone? I'm getting to that. This idiom describes the state of intense concentration and focus where someone performs exceptionally well. Athletes often say they are in the zone when they are performing at their best. For example, the basketball player was in the zone, scoring point after point without missing. In a different setting, you might say, when I'm writing, I need quiet to get in the zone. I like to get in the zone when I'm making videos. How do you get in the zone? Sometimes I get in the zone while cooking dinner. My husband is always in the zone when he cooks dinner. He does not have any distractions. He is always focused on what he is doing and performing at his best. And there you have it, friends. 7 idioms that are not only perfect for understanding Olympic commentary, but also great for everyday conversations. Remember, using idioms can make your English sound more natural and fluent. You know, the more you use them, the easier it gets. So try these. And when you're watching the Olympics, listen for one of these idioms. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of English Makes No Sense. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe and share it with your friends. Okay? Until next time, my friends, do something fun, do something amazing, or, do nothing at all. But whatever you do, have a great day. Peace, friends.